Welcome to the Books, Beards, Booze podcast, where we talk books, drink booze, and have beards.
All right. As always, I'm Bob of TalesbyBob.
And I'm Derek from Derek.
I like it.
Yeah.
So this is the continuation of our conversation from this week's book battle, where the question was, think about the four iconic D&D classes, like party structure: your fighter, your thief, your wizard, your cleric. Choosing only one person from each franchise, assemble your team.
Ta-da.
All right, and in this week's episode, we covered our A team. So now we're going to dive into our B and C teams. And I'm going to start us off with my B. This is my B team.
Right.
Weirdly, I don't have a full B team, but I have a full C team.
Which says a lot about you, Bob.
Right, it does. So, all right, Eric of Melnibone from the Elric Saga by Michael Moorcock.
Okay.
Besides being an utter badass with a literal soul-stealing sword, he's also a wizard of sorts, and he can call on, he has ancient pacts with, different entities and beings and demons and stuff, so he can call on.
Mm-hmm.
Utter badass. So he's just a really cool character, and he's a little bit of a drama queen at times, a little bit of an emo kid, but not to the point where he's going to ruin party composition. The one thing that is tricky there is most people around him tend to die, so don't get real close with him.
So, I'm going to cheat, and this
Okay.
is how I'm going to do it.
Okay.
So, I'm having a problem with clerics,
Yeah.
which I will touch on real briefly.
Yeah.
It's because most books...
They're
if you
at
have,
8-9.
Yeah, there aren't any, because if you have
Yeah.
too much healing in a book, it takes the tension away.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't happen that often.
The only books that have it a lot are books that we don't read, which
Right.
are your Forgotten Realms,
Which-
Dragonlance kind
yeah,
of
I'm
books.
not really
that's-
about that.
Yeah, that's not what we read.
Yeah. So instead, I say that now so that when you get to my cleric of this group, you'll
Okay.
realize why I cheated the way I did. So I'm going to go with, for my fighter,
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Lan.
Okay.
Lan
I mean, you did already use Wheel of Time, but we'll let it slide.
Well, yeah, but it was on the first team.
Oh, see, I went the whole way through.
Oh.
That's fine. It's fine. Keep the conversation going. It's fine. I mean, Lan.
Yeah, I straight can't do that.
Yeah, it was hard. It's carrying on. All right, so you picked Lan. Lan is a good choice. Lan almost made my cut. But he didn't.
And he doesn't have any kind of special powers. He's just the shit.
Oh yeah. My last guy has no special powers in the fighter category. Rogue. I picked Vlad Taltos from the Vlad Taltos series by Stephen Brust. He's not a straight-up traditional rogue, but he started out as a street tough, thiefy kind of guy, and basically worked his way up to a crime boss. And that's where the series starts, is he's a minor crime lord kind of deal. So he's got the chops. I mean, he can straight up do it. He's sneaky, he's streetwise, and he also has a little bit of magic. He's somewhat of a witch, which is a very human style of magic that, it's he has low magic where everyone else has high magic, so it kind of allows him to make some
wiggle
good,
room,
some cool moves.
Yeah. Okay, for Rogue, I've got Jimmy the Hand.
Good choice.
Because Jimmy the Hand is one of my favorite characters in things. Not just because his name is Jimmy the Hand, but let's be real, a lot of it's because his name's Jimmy the Hand.
Yeah.
But he's really good at what he does. He's good at a lot of things. And I followed him through God knows how many books.
Right.
Of him starting off at 10 all the way up into, spoiler alert, he blows up the city. He's the...
Krondor?
Yeah, he blows up Krondor to kill the people that are invading with him inside it.
Okay. It.
Yeah, he's really good.
So, I'm with that. All right, so Cleric, round 2. You've read this guy. Servitor from Legend. He's the 30, the leader of the 30.
Oh, okay.
Legend by David Gibble.
Yeah.
He's the head warrior priest of the 30.
Yeah, I really
and
like
they don't
those
have a
guys.
ton of... I don't remember them really using healing magic. And I looked and looked and looked.
I feel like...
They have psychic powers, but he does bring someone back from the dead. So I'm counting it. And he's definitely a religious warrior, and he has powers.
We're going with the religious warrior angle, which
Yeah.
is why I can get in what I'm about to mention.
Okay.
So,
But yeah, Servitor from Legend. I could have picked Dandelion, who started the 30 back in the day.
Yeah.
But Servitor is just,
cool.
Yeah. Legend is basically so I could mention Legend, which is the best representation of a siege in fantasy history ever.
The few that I've read, it is. So, my cleric is Dalinar Kholin from the Stormlight Archive, because he becomes super religious.
Yeah.
And is trying to bring together the the Night Radiance.
A little stretch. But
Yeah.
considering the category, stretch.
Yeah.
Stretch.
And then it just makes my... It's like when you play D&D with a group and the cleric has decided that they're going to play a war priest.
Yeah.
And they're like, I could heal, but instead I'm going to use all of my magic to make me better at killing things.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an option. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do you.
You do you, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody dies, well...
That's fair.
But yeah, that's what I went with.
So my B team wizard, I did not fill this slot. And the reason why is basically... The name I kept coming back to was Pug, and it felt wrong for me to choose Pug.
And the name I came back to was Pug until I remembered Jimmy the Hand was already on this team. And I was like, mother.
And it's one of those deals I don't like. I recognize he's a great wizard, and it just to me is like, I just have so many problems with. Not the Remedy. Look, let's be real. The Remedy Feist books are written great. Yeah, they are.
Like I said, was really surprised when I went back and reread them.
And the early books, there's a lot more variety. But as the series drags on, it gets so fucking repetitive, and I hate it. I just hate it. And so it felt like cheating for me to pick Pug. But if I were to pick someone, it would be Pug, because he is badass.
This I can't do, but I'm gonna ask so that I can get your opinion. For wizard, could I choose? Oh no, what's her name? Why am I blanking on her name? The White Rose.
Oh,
is it?
She's anti-magic, but I'd allow it
because I love anti-magic.
You know who I wanted to pick?
Love anti-magic.
All right, you know who I wanted to pick, but I couldn't because I picked Icarium. Quick Ben.
Oh, Quick. Can I change mine to Quick Ben?
Yeah.
Quick Ben. I mean, I love anti-magic, but Quick Ben is the
Quick
coolest.
Ben's amazing.
Oh my god,
Quick Ben
so
is
fucking cool.
Absolutely amazing. Yeah. But I picked Icarium, and I thought the rule was you could only pick him once.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Across all teams.
Well then, I just.
But Quick Ben would have got it. I feel like Icarium was a better fighter than Quick Ben was a wizard.
Yeah.
Was kind of how I came down on that. Who'd you pick for wizard? Oh, you just said Quick Ben.
I'll do my wild card for the group.
Oh well, so here's my wild card.
Okay.
Locke Lamora.
Solid. I still argue that he's a rogue, but
I
will.
His strength is not in his roguishness. His strength is in his quick tongue and strategic planning. He's the face of the group and plots out everything. Is how
that's
how
his
I see him.
absolute best quality. However, he is B+ at literally everything else a rogue does.
But I think Vlad Taltos is going to be better at all of those things.
Maybe, but
so literally everyone on my rogue list would be better at the rogue stuff than Locke Lamora. Royce better. Vlad Taltos better. My last choice
magic.
better.
That's not fair. You didn't have magic.
Hey, don't hate the player. Hate the game.
Maybe read a little bit further. But anyways,
But again, I'm not bringing Locke along as a rogue. I don't need him to be a rogue.
You need him as a face.
I want him as a face because Elric is not going to be it. Servitor is not going to be it. Pug could be it.
Yeah.
Vlad could be it, but Locke is just going to be better.
Yeah, well, as a face, I don't know who would be better than Locke.
Kvothe, maybe.
Maybe. I'm not even... You know what?
50-50.
No, I still say it's Locke because Kvothe has a temper. And Locke would keep that shit in check.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was being tortured and still trying to convince people he was someone he wasn't.
Yeah. Who's your...
I came up with a new one, but I just remembered I'm going to have to push that to the next team because I didn't get to use the Fool. And I love the Fool.
Okay. All right. Fool. Yeah. All right. Cool.
So the Fool. The Fool is from the
Farseer series.
Robin Hobb. Yeah. The Elderling
Realm of the Elderling series.
Yeah.
All right, so now it's our C team.
Yeah, I don't have anything, so I'm just free balling on this one.
Fighter, Ganelon, Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Eames, And I put notes underneath as like why they were. It's like under Vlad Taltos it said sneaky, streetwise, witch. Under Ganlon it says, have you read the book? And like, he's just such a badass. In a world of badasses, he is the baddest ass, pretty much.
I kind of wanted to go with Clay Cooper because I really like him.
I think if the two of them,
Ganlon would kill him.
Would kill him.
Yeah,
and that's what I went with. But Ganlon, he's not a problem with the party, not really. He can be, but
I would disagree. I would say he is with anyone not with Clay in the group.
Post being trapped in stone.
I still think probably.
I feel like it's not really stated, but I think it kind of that leveled him out a little bit. I think is what kind of how my read. We'll talk about that later.
Okay, but let's see. Warrior. What's a really cool warrior from some books that I've read? I've got a couple of them that I like, but I have to be really careful about saying them.
Yeah,
without
just go with it. Just who comes first to your mind?
Well, like I would like to say Eric Von Darkmoor. I really like him. But I can't use him because I already know that my wizard from this group is going to be from that series. Because Pug fell way too far.
Yeah, he did.
It's unacceptable.
He did.
But so I'd say I think maybe Clay Cooper. I really liked him.
Yeah, no,
and I'm heavily putting into their character.
Yeah,
like,
and also I would say
like
any person from that team in their prime. Like we only saw, other than Ganlon, we saw them old. But in their prime, any of them would be a good choice. Yeah. So Rogue, I think this choice is going to surprise you. Conan.
I don't know enough about it, so
like everyone thinks Conan the Barbarian, and this is when I put like what series is he from, I put everything. But he was originally written by Robert E. Howard. But Conan started out as a thief. Yeah, his early days he was a thief. Like now he was still a badass barbarian, kill shit stuff, but he was a thief. Like that's what he was as a character. So Conan. He's not as good of a thief as Vlad Taltos or Royce Melbourne. He's more of an acrobatic style thief. Like he's not picking locks so much as he's dodging traps kind of guy. So yeah, Conan. Do you have a third team rogue? That was a really hard category. Quoth, yeah, good choice.
Because I haven't used him yet.
You could use Locke.
I think Quoth would be better. Okay. He's got more.
Yeah.
He can because he also kind of
that leaves you magic. For Locke is your wild card pick for C2.
No, I've already got another one.
Okay, all right, Cleric. This is a little bit of a stretch, but less of a stretch than your B team pick. Baz from Oath of Swords. I know you haven't read it. It's by David Weber. He's a straight up paladin without healing. He's a paladin of a god.
You saying that? I don't know if I can get away with this, but we're going to try.
We'll shoot for it.
Okay. For my cleric for third team, Sazed. He doesn't he's not a...
No, you can't pick Sazed. You can pick Sazed's girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, but I don't
what was her name?
Her. No, because Sazed's
she was actually like a healer, wasn't she?
I don't remember.
Isn't that? I think that she actually was
the
like
one that gets killed.
Yeah, I think her focus was like healing, wasn't it? Like medicine.
You know, I really don't remember.
All right, I may be completely off base on that, but
either way, you know what?
I have a memory of that. But was it Pharaoh Alchemist? Pharaoh Alchemist.
Alchemist.
Yeah. Okay. I could fuck with that.
Just because he was going to be my wild card for this group.
Okay.
Just because I love that character and I love the idea of being able to store up your attributes.
Yeah, that is
denying
badass.
yourself them at a time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's super cool.
Yeah.
That's actually my favorite style of magic from those books.
There's a lot of appeal in denial.
But yeah.
All right. My wizard. You haven't read this book, but it's the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin, Alabaster. The magic in the 5th season is called orogeny. It is basically a type of earth magic where they can control... It's too complicated to try and explain.
Yeah.
But he can control earth magic. Like he draws energy from like seismic faults and stuff like that and can do stuff. The reason he's not higher... Like he is outrageously powerful. Mm-hmm. But it's a very specific type of magic. Like Pug... Shapeshifter, they have more general styles of magic. His is very limited, and it's very powerful in his world because the world of the fifth season is there are a lot of faults, like seismic faults and stuff like that. So yeah, and so you're picking Pug.
Oh yeah, it's a
travesty. He
He
got third low.
It's because
I picked him.
He would have been my number one, but I screwed up and then got super confused, and I worked really late last night, and I never went back to my list.
So here's my wild card pick, and it's going to piss you off that I picked this.
You're going to pick Nacor?
No.
Okay, because I'm picking Nacor.
Matt Coffin.
Love Matt Coffin.
I know you're going to love the pick, but that I picked it, that's kind of bullshit.
I don't care. Matt Coffin's great.
He's lucky.
Fun.
The
luck thing is so much fun.
The luck thing
is one of my favorite things in books.
Honestly,
I love it.
If I did not hate Wheel of Time as much as I do, Matt Coffin would have been my first wild card pick. Because that luck ability is so powerful.
And it's so fun to... I love it just reading it. Because I love when everything starts slowing down, you can kind of feel it, and he's just like...
He was my favorite...
Of the three that left. After a certain point. But up to a certain point.
But it got, like... I liked him, but his storyline was incredibly frustrating. The parts I read, he was so passive. It's almost like he fought against... Like, I hated so much of that series.
The hatred of that is because they fight against...
They fight against your destiny so hard. And, like, on the one hand, I do understand it. On the other hand, it's like, if they had fought against your destiny less, we might have been able to shave at least a book off this series.
No, the things would have gone a lot better.
So then that's what frustrated me. But he's an incredibly powerful character.
Yeah, he's super cool. And one of my favorite scenes in those books, book 3, Dragon Reborn, when he finally gets healed from the dagger.
Yeah.
And he goes to the training ground and fights the two princes. They're using with swords, and he uses his staff, and he beats the shit out of them. It's one of my favorite scenes in those books. That third book might be one of my favorite books ever. I love that book.
Yeah.
Because Perrin's basically the main character.
Right, yeah. Perrin, I do really like Perrin as well. I liked Perrin's storyline a lot more while not liking him as much. Rand, I kind of didn't like him or his storyline. Matt, I really liked, but I didn't like his storyline. At least to the point where I got.
I like them all, but... That's a conversation we can have another day. I thought about putting Rand into some of these things, but I don't. But as far as I got, he knew how to do things.
You know what? At the end of the day, though, like I read 10 of those books. Granted, it was a good chunk of time back. Honest to God, I cannot tell you what they can do with their magic.
I mean, they can do pretty much whatever they do.
But I struggle to remember I remember more that Aes Sedai doing stuff, but I don't really remember
fire swords, fireballs, lightning strikes, tremor.
Especially, it just wasn't super memorable. It's kind of like
except for Balefire.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that's
fair.
Dumb.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah. So that's. Who did you pick as your wild card? You said
I haven't picked one.
Oh, because you were going to use someone.
Yeah, because I was going to do something, and then I ended up. So I was going to use Sazed.
Yeah, but you used him as a cleric.
Yeah. I guess I could go with Nate. Oh no, because I've used Pug, so I can't use Nacor.
You can't use Nacor.
Yeah, that's too bad. Nacor's great.
Nacor is great. Nacor was potentially on my list. Because I read part of one book that he was in.
Oh, yeah, he was so good.
I didn't finish that book, though.
Yeah, I wish you would finish that second quadrilogy, or whatever, 4-book series.
Yeah, quadrilogy.
Yeah, because that was really good. The one that had... Anyways. Let's see.
Elric almost got my wild card slot. I had a good number of fighters I could have picked, but Elric was just such a badass fighter that I ended up going with him.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just trying to think of books that I've read...
Oh, I was supposed to... Oh, so you asked me to remember what cleric that you have read.
Yeah.
Brent Week's Warded Man. There's someone in there that's a cleric.
I read it. Just the first book there is?
Apparently.
Okay, I read the book.
Well, I don't know. I
remember liking it, but I think I know what you're talking about.
I remember looking and people were like, what are some books that clerics feature in? And someone mentioned that series that there was a cleric in that had like healing magic kind of guy. So maybe it wasn't in the first book.
Could have actually been the Warded Man. Anyways,
but that was what you wanted me to remember.
Here's and it's kind of a shame that I let him get this far, but because I love this character a ton. Kreslin from the Towers of the Sunset by Ellie Madsen.
You know who you should have picked?
Kreslin.
Father Chains.
I really like Father Chains, but a lot of that is just because the guy that read the audiobook had an amazing voice when he.
I mean, he trained. He trained.
Yeah. But Kreslin has storm magic and is an amazing fighter.
I almost picked someone from. You know who almost made my road cut? Tasselhoff, Burfoot, or whatever from Dragonlance. Yeah. Almost, but I just don't like those books. They read too much like D&D.
I can't do them. Yeah.
So are we good here?
Yep.
Cool. All right. Well, as always, you can email us at booksbeardsbooze@gmail.com. Feel free. Tell us what your team would be. I genuinely would love to hear what your team would be. And I do plan to post this on Reddit asking this. I'm going to compile our stuff and kind of throw it in there and see what Reddit has to say.
Because they'll tell us how dumb we are?
Yeah, basically.
So, look forward to that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, let us know. Hit us up. Anything Tales by Bob or email us. And as always, go forth and grow a great beard.